Welcome to my videos. PL200 Microsoft Power Platform Functional Consultant Latest Exam Questions and Answers Set 5. You create an app. You need to create the sitemap for the app. Which 3 actions should you perform in sequence? To answer, move the appropriate actions from the list of actions to the answer area and arrange them in the correct order. Select and place actions. Step 1. Add an area. Step 2. Add a group. Step 3. Add a sub-area. Your organization does not permit the use of custom code for solutions. You need to create a view that can be viewed by all users in an organization. Where should you create the view? A. Advanced Find. B. Entities component of a solution. C. Microsoft Virtual Studio. D. Templates area. Correct answer, A. You are configuring a new Power Apps portal. You have 2 web roles, one for authenticated users and one for anonymous users. You grant the anonymous users role to users. A test user reports that they can access the home page but cannot view a page linked from the home page. You need to determine why the test user cannot view the portal page. What is the cause of the issue? A. The setting to make the page available to everyone is disabled. B. Inherited permissions are not enabled for the linked page. C. The authenticated user's web role does not have permission to view the page. D. Maintenance mode is enabled on the portal. Correct answer, B. A company is configuring a Power Apps portal using Microsoft Dataverse. The company requires the following: only authenticated users must be able to sign into the portal. Authenticated users must have varying degrees of access to the different parts of the portal. Users must enter one of several external identities when creating an account during the open registration process. You need to configure user authentication and permissions. Which component should you use? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. Configuration required for each authenticated user before security can be assigned. Component contact table record. Configuration required for authenticated users to access restricted pages of the portal. Component web roles. You create a new solution for a business process. The business process includes uploading specific file types to a web service. You need to ensure that the business process works the same way anywhere the solution is deployed. Which option should you use? To answer, drag the appropriate options to the correct configurations. Each option may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Configuration blocked file types. Option Solution System Settings Configuration URL to a web service. Option Environment Variable. A company collaborates by using Microsoft Teams. You must create a Power Apps app directly from within a Teams channel. The app will be used by members of the channel to manage sales orders. You need to create the app by using Dataverse for Teams. How should you create the app? A. Create a Canvas app by using a Power Apps personal app in Teams. B. Create a Canvas app by using the App Studio app. C. Use the Power Apps web designer. D. Create a model-driven app by using the App Studio app. Correct answer, B. A company has a portal. Users sign into the portal by using a social media account. The company wants to replace the existing portal with a Power Apps portal. Users must sign up for access to the portal by using a Microsoft account and a unique invitation code that will be provided to the users. You need to configure authentication for the home page. Which values should you use? To answer, drag the appropriate values to the appropriate authentication settings. Each value may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Select and place authentication setting. External sign-in. No. Authentication open registration. No. You are customizing a model-driven app for a company. You create a theme template to ensure the company logo and colors are properly used within these apps. The theme must meet the following requirements: updated to add the logo downloaded by the makers to create the app. You need to configure the assets. To answer, drag the appropriate configurations to the correct requirements. Each configuration may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Requirement: update logo. Configuration: upload the theme elements as new web resources. Requirement change model-driven app colors. Configuration replace an existing UI item's hexadecimal number. A user needs to create a Power Apps portal app. The user is getting a permission denied error when creating the portal app. You need to configure permissions to create the portal app. Which 3 permissions should you configure? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. In the Power Platform Admin Center, ensure that the user account has read-write access. B. In Azure Active Directory, assign the contributor role to the application at the subscription scope. C. In Azure Active Directory, ensure that the user has permission to register an app. D. In the Power Platform Admin Center, change the portal app owner to the user. E. In the Power Platform Admin Center, ensure that the user has the system administrator security role. Correct answer: A, C and D. You have a Power Apps portal app that supports a sales community and a service community in the same environment. The only language configured in the environment is English. The company wants to add support for 2 more languages. The solution must meet the following requirements. Languages must be for both sales and service functions. The company logo and colors must be used and applied to all screens. Communities must be separate with different URLs and access lists. You need to configure the solution. What should you configure? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. Requirement languages configuration: create 2 portals, 1 for each community. Requirement company logo and colors. Configuration add themes. A company is creating a Canvas app and a model-driven app to manage their customer accounts. The Canvas app requires a business rule to set the business type column to large if the customer size is greater than a specific currency value. The model-driven app requires a business rule to recommend the account rating be re-evaluated when the account goes on credit hold for this app only. You need to configure the scope for the business rules. Which scope should you use? To answer, drag the appropriate scopes to the correct business rules. Each scope may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Business rule: business type column setting for customer size scope table. Business rule account rating re-evaluation scope specific form. A company uses a Microsoft Power Platform environment. The company plans to implement a Power Apps app. The application must meet the following requirements: audit all user activity and only retain the audit logs for 1 year. Annually remove products that were created over a year ago. You need to configure the automated processes. What should you configure? To answer, drag the appropriate configurations to the correct requirements. Each configuration may be used once, more than once, or not at all. You may need to drag the split bar between panes or scroll to view content. Requirement audit log retention configuration environment auditing. Requirement product removal configuration bulk deletion job. A company creates a Canvas app. The app requires users to enter their social security number. The app should only display the last 4 digits when the user tabs to a different column. You need to configure the app. Which option should you use? A. Business rule. B. Business process flow. C. Power by DAX. D. Power FX. Correct answer, D. A company uses Power Apps. The company plans to create a Canvas app that uses a responsive design. You need to configure the app. Which 2 actions should you perform? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. A. Disable the scale to fit setting. B. Configure the height and width properties by using drag handles. C. Enable the lock orientation setting. D. Configure the height and width properties by using a formula. Correct answers, A and D. A company uses model-driven apps. Users in the sales department enter the first name, last name, and phone number of customers in the app. The users request a single screen in the app to enter the customer data. You need to configure the app. What should you do? A. Create a Power Automate flow. B. Use a Power Virtual Agents app. C. Create a Canvas app. D. Modify the sitemap. Correct answer, C. You create a Power Apps app for Microsoft Teams using Microsoft Dataverse for Teams. Users report that they are unable to view the app in Teams. You need to ensure that users can access the app. What should you do? A. Share the app with a security group by using the Maker portal. B. Publish the app by using the Maker portal. C. Request that a tenant administrator pin the app to the app bar in Teams. D. Share the app with a security group in Teams. E. Share the app with individual users by using the Maker portal. Correct answer, D. You create a Canvas app. The app requires access to data that is stored in collections. The app must provide the following actions. Create a new collection variable. Remove table values from a collection. You need to configure functions for the app. Which functions should you use? To answer, select the appropriate options in the answer area. Action: create a new collection variable. Function: collect. Action: remove table values from a collection. Function: clear. You plan to create user interface, UI, flows to automate several web-based business processes that you currently perform manually. You need to ensure that users can create and run web UI flows. Which 3 components must you install and configure on users' devices? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Power Automate Desktop. B. Latest version of Microsoft Edge. C. On-premises data gateway. D. Selenium IDE. E. Latest version of Mozilla Firefox. Correct answer, A, B and D. You are designing a desktop user interface, UI, flow. The UI flow automates legacy software. You need to prepare data for transfer to Microsoft SharePoint list. Which 4 actions should you perform in sequence? To answer, move the appropriate actions from the list of actions to the answer area and arrange them in the correct order. Select and place actions. Start recording the UI flow. On the Outputs menu of the UI flow, choose Select Text on Screen. Select information to pass to the SharePoint list. Enter a name and description for the output. You are developing a Canvas app. You need to apply business rules to the app without writing code. Which 3 actions can you use? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Note, each correct selection is worth 1 point. A. Validate data and show error messages. B. Enable or disable fields. C. Set field requirement levels. D. Set field values. E. Show or hide fields. Correct answer, A, C, D.